Now we get a chance to award our guest of honor this evening. Ed is a co-founder of ISP and was one of the first to be inducted into the Company of Grace in 2014. Thanks, Ed, for being here with us tonight, and to welcome our newest member.
Thank you very much. After hearing Camille and after hearing Father Flager, I did not want to stand up here. But I'm proud actually to stand up here to honor a special person that I've known for many years, a spiritual companion, a warrior. Lisa Nigro, if you don't know, is a former Chicago cop together with her husband, Perry. In 1989, as a Chicago cop, she was looking for another way to deal with the people under the viaducts, to deal with the people in the parks after 11 o'clock at night. And so she asked a neighbor if he had a little wagon. And he had one of those, what are they called, red wagons? Radio Flyer. Yep. Lisa knows it's the Radio Flyer. So it was not, okay, it was your nephew's Radio Flyer. So she took this Radio Flyer and she went out in the neighborhood. She put coffee or drinks, some kind of liquid in sandwiches and started passing them out in her off duty. Over time, the wagon grew into a van and then the bus, and finally became the Inspiration Cafe, and after that, the Inspiration Corporation. In the beginning, it just provided those kind of basic services. But in the following years, Inspiration Cafe expanded services beyond meals to include case management, supportive services, employment training. Today, Inspiration Corporation makes a tremendous difference in the lives of men, women, and families that experience homelessness. In 2010, Lisa received the Presidential Citizens Medal from President Obama for her work with this corporation. Lisa has also shared her work and vision on Oprah, Good Morning America, and most recently, People magazine. When I called Lisa to tell her that ISP would like to honor her, she said to me, I did that inspiration stuff over 20 years ago. You should really find somebody else that's working with the homeless. And I said, Lisa, we're honoring you not just for that, we're honoring you because of the way you live your life. You see, a little over 2 years ago, Lisa became a full-time caregiver for her 24-year-old son, Nick, who sustained a massive brain injury due to West Nile virus. Nick had a heart attack, he dropped dead, he had to be resuscitated in the home and then again on his way to the hospital. Nick has an anoxic brain injury. Is that? This injury, I learned from Lisa, is worse than traumatic brain injury. For every mountain a person that has traumatic brain injury has to climb, anoxic brain survivors have to climb 5 mountains. We are really honored to give the Company of Grace Award because Lisa is continuing the work she began with that little red wagon. Lisa's drive and passion comes from something deep within her, what she calls her inner teacher, which sees value in everybody, especially people who have no voice or no place to call home, who are unseen and struggling like her own son. How does she face the fear that overwhelms? She doesn't sit there, she acts. She doesn't hesitate. She borrows the little red wagon. She challenges doctors who don't believe in the miracles that only hope can produce. To quote her words, I have to trust, trust, trust. I love my life. It's a struggle, but it's a beautiful struggle because I'm doing it to enhance people's lives, to lift them up, and in doing so, I'm doing the same for myself. Lisa, would you come forward?
Right on. Yeah, that's awesome.
Lisa, we're so grateful for your leadership, though not only for starting the Inspiration Cafe and Inspiration Corporation. You've been a true advocate and ally for the homeless and for those who are marginalized or unseen in communities. We are thrilled to honor you tonight. I'd like to give you a little something.
That's cool. I'm ready.
The Ignatian Spirituality Project honors Lisa Nigro and welcomes her into the company of grace.
Come on, do it. Do it.
Do it.
Yes. Company
Lisa,
of grace.
When I called Lisa this morning to ask if there was something else she might want me to say, she said, why don't you just say, let's dance.
Let's have a dance
Let's
party.
have a dance party. Lisa, the
Oh
mic
my
is
God.
yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As you saw, I walked up here with a bag of Super Balls. And so I'm so happy that you read my blog and you have expressed my feelings about the work that I do and the gift that I have right now to see miracles every day when I work with my son. I am blessed to see miracles every day, and I think that when you work with the poor and when you work with the homeless like I had done before, and in the same place that I'm at now, you see people lift themselves up from the depths of the earth, like they just come up and rise. And when you watch people rise, it's a miracle. It is, you get to witness it. And so when all this stuff's happening outside now and you listen to social media or watch the news, I'm like, do you not see miracles every freaking day in front of you? All the time there's little miracles. So I thought I'd share something with you. No one really knows about this story except for a few people. When I was a little girl, okay, and I also want to say this one thing. In my dream right now, there should be a net above you, and thousands of these should be above you, okay? All right? When I was a little girl, I was very close to God. My mom it really challenged because she came from the old school Catholic. She got divorced, so the lightning was supposed to come down, so she didn't know what to do and how to raise me. My sister Susie and my brother Scott were raised Catholic, but I was like kind of the in-between. But I was really close to Jesus all the time. He was my pal. And I don't know why that is. I've always searched. I've always been a seeker my whole entire life since I was an itty-bitty. Okay, so here's my thing. This is not very religious, but it's good. Okay, so I'm a little bitty, my tooth falls out, I'm in my house, and I think, okay, you know what? I'm gonna prove that God exists, okay? I'm gonna prove that God exists. So I decided instead of, when you get your tooth and you put it under your pillow in my neighborhood, you get, money, like a quarter or whatever. But I said in my head, I want a Super Ball. See this? You ready? The next morning I wake up, what's there? Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, as Father Flagger would say, Super Balls! And right now the netting should go shh, and you would all have them. So I brought Super Balls for all of you to remember we are all children of God. We are all children of God. We are all magnificent. We are all beautiful. We are fierce. And I really, really hope that you don't forget that and fall asleep. When I fall asleep and don't remember, my friend Robin says, you fell asleep. I wake up and I do it over again, okay? Please don't fall asleep. Know that you are valuable, just as valuable as the people that we're serving. We're all the same. We are really all the same, okay? So when on break, if you want to come over and grab a Super Ball to keep with you in your pocket or on your desk, I have them. Thank you very much.